Hey everyone, welcome back to the Nightmare Toys podcast. This is episode 25. I'm Dylan and I'm here with
Christy
and
Brian.
All right, yeah, Philip couldn't be with us today. He's out in the store. So
I think we've had one missing each week for the past couple of weeks, I think.
Yeah, because just been like weird days, people calling in, and like today, normally we do these on Wednesdays, but today's Tuesday.
Because we got to leave for Texas.
Texas tomorrow morning, bright and early.
Yep.
Not for us.
Not for y'all.
No,
but.
yeah. I thought we were going to have to leave tomorrow afternoon, but I saw the flight today is Thursday afternoon, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
I can get a couple more things done.
Yep.
So, yeah, so that'll be for Cult Classic. That is at the end of this week. I guess it'll be...
Right now.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it airs on Friday.
Is it a Friday, Saturday, Sunday
Yeah.
con? Okay,
Friday,
yeah.
Saturday, Sunday.
So we'll be there selling stuff right now.
Yep.
Come to the booth, get photos with Christy and Dylan.
Yes.
So I came up with the idea because Dylan doesn't want 8x10s. We should make him a shirt for the store.
Okay.
That'd be way worse. Just,
Dylan stickers.
just with the hair just going off
Yeah.
of the print.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shell
Stickers
him
would be
off.
funny. Yeah. But yeah, so that's none of that will ever happen.
Oh, Dylan.
Maybe we'll get Brian to do an interview for the YouTubes.
Yeah.
Oh, but probably not because Dante's probably not.
Yeah,
coming all
Dante's
the way
not
to
going to be there,
Texas,
right?
Oh, yeah, no.
So we'll have to...
Instagram
We'll get
Live.
one eventually.
We'll figure it out.
Even if I have to kind of guerrilla style it on the floor, we'll make it happen.
We'll figure it out, I'm sure.
But, yeah. So we all watched the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie
Yes, we
and The
did.
Funhouse.
And
And
fun.
one of them I'm excited to talk about.
I'm so excited. Yeah.
But I don't know, Chris, do you want to go first this time?
So, okay.
Your thoughts about
so
Texas
we're
Chainsaw
gonna
Massacre?
Texas. Okay. So when I had watched the trailer, the only thing I didn't care for was his look. Right. Okay. Now that I've watched the movie, it's the only thing I like.
Right. Because he did have kind of a cool mask.
Yeah,
liked
and I
how
didn't-
It went around his ears. I don't know if
Yeah.
you noticed, but his real ears were like exposed. So instead of having a strap, he like put it around his
My
ears.
ears,
I thought
yeah.
that was cool.
Yeah, and now I know where the mask comes from. You know, it comes from the lady. Yeah, that's the only thing I really liked. It's another one of those where the story is just all over the place for me. I didn't like any of the characters. I didn't like the actors either. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I know they just seemed everybody just seemed so bland to me, the characters and the actors all together, you know. And what was up with the story? I'm still trying to figure it out. So he's not a Sawyer.
I think he is technically he's just like the only remaining Sawyer, and he's been watched over by some lady.
But so okay.
So he was like
So he went to
adopted.
the orphanage after the 74 movie.
yeah, I
Yeah.
guess
Okay,
so.
but they show a picture of him as a kid in the orphanage, though. So is that saying to us then that he did come from an orphanage to begin with?
Don't know.
Yeah, and so she's not a Sawyer, though. She's like the lady that took care of the orphanage, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
And... Okay.
I think.
And then...
yeah.
Dude, just go with it. Just go
And
with
then,
it.
and then we're just in some random town, and then we have that story of these people wanting to buy this town, I guess. And then the story of just the girl, she had went through a school massacre. So that's showing that she's scared of guns, but then all of a sudden at the end she can use a gun. The kills were okay. I mean, again, kills and special effects does not make a movie good. I feel like a lot of people think that. But it does not. And yes, the special effects were good, and the kills were cool. I liked when they broke off his arm and stuck the arm in his neck. That was cool. Oh, yay.
Yeah, it was brutal. It's gross.
But, and see, I like the brutal, gory stuff. I know you don't.
And like
But it was
you said,
cool.
if it's not a good story, it's not a good movie. The kills don't make it a good movie. Like, if you don't care about the characters or whatever, there's no impact.
Yeah.
But
and,
like that was nasty. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's all for me. I mean, I still hate Halloween Kills worse because people have already asked me that. I still hate Halloween. I just hate that movie.
Well, do you like it more or less than 2018 since it's a remake of 2018 with Leatherface?
No, I can't get over what they're doing with Halloween at all.
But
and I don't know why
doing?
I'm really not sure why I'm so passionate about that though. But I really am when it comes to Michael Myers and the Halloween movies. I'm really passionate. I mean, not liking what they're doing with Michael Myers in the Halloween movies, and I feel like with the rest of these, Candyman and Texas Chainsaw, and what else have we done?
Scream.
I mean, I was already knowing what that's gonna be like, so that movie didn't bother me. I actually liked it. Candyman, it goes along with stuff, so yeah, it's decent. This doesn't go along with anything, and they just put Sally in it to say, oh yeah, this connects with the 74 one because this lady who is Sally.
They shoehorned her into it.
Yeah. So to me, it's just like they threw that in there.
Well, they had to. They were remaking 2018, and they needed to have their gray-haired Laurie Strode.
I know. Oh, I know. And it's just no. And it's not. None of it's working for me. Now I like Leatherface himself a little bit more than I did when I just watched the trailer, just because the rest of the movie is just horrible. But I've seen people say that they like this a lot better than any of the sequels. And so we're talking about part 2 and 3 and 4.
No.
I was
What?
hell at this point.
I would so much rather watch 2, 3, 4 all day long than
I mean,
this
you
again.
got the remake. You got.
I like the remake though.
the
The remake was
remake's
good in the new beginning. And you know what? I watched Texas Chainsaw, the 2013 one,
the
yesterday.
3D one.
Yes, when she's the granddaughter, and and that story kind of makes sense now, and I actually like that
that's
movie
why
a lot better than this.
I like that continuation of the original more than I do
Yes,
this one.
I do now too, and I didn't know I did until now.
Like I could buy the cousin storyline more than this orphanage storyline.
Yeah, it's the whole. I don't know.
It was real dumb.
It is. It really is, and that's about all I have to say about it.
Yeah. Well,
I think she pretty much covered everything.
Can we just stop doing this, though? Can we stop remaking our movies? Just stop. We don't need them. I don't care how many people want to say, oh, yes, we do need... No, we don't. Because they're ruining it. It's not good. They're ruining them all. Just stop.
I mean, I don't see an issue in doing them as long as you're doing something original. If you can't do anything original,
they're not
don't do
doing
it.
that,
Well, that's
though.
what I'm saying. If you're not going to do original, just don't do it. And I mean, you pretty much hit like every single like nail. I mean, you bring up, okay, these characters could have left the town anytime. Why did they stay? How is it that like this town has 2 police officers from a different town, but then all of a sudden Sally, who looked like it was a police officer, just shows up out of nowhere?
I know.
And the fact that
So weird.
and this is what drives me crazy the most, is that her kill was probably the most brutal one of everyone, because she gets not only the chainsaw in her, but then she gets lifted in the air while it's revving.
Just like Michael Myers did
And
to
then
the firefighter.
she ends up
Halloween,
getting thrown into the hay, but then 5 minutes later she's able to shoot
She's
him.
able to shoot a gun, yeah.
Like that made no sense whatsoever. In fact, honestly, I would have preferred had she not even been in the film. Like the characters, literally, that was the only way to connect them.
Yeah, I agree.
Honestly, I think it would have been better if they weren't connected.
Yeah.
Something.
I don't know. Like, I totally hated it, and I've, like, I don't like, like just ranting on about stuff that I don't like too much. Like, that's why, like, I'm more excited to talk about the Funhouse. But, like, I feel like a lot of times I'm always just talking a lot of shit about movies, and it's really not what I like to do, But it's like if we talk about new movies and I don't like them,
do it either.
I don't really have much more to say. But I kind of touched on it a little bit, but it's obviously they're just doing Halloween 2018. But like as far as the plot and all that goes, But also, it goes further than that. They just turned Leatherface into Michael Myers.
Yeah, they made him superhuman.
Yeah.
They took out everything that is scary and cool about Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is the Sawyer family. What's scary about that is it's this one scary, dude, but really he's like this like infant child that's just part of this entire scary cannibalistic family. Like, what's so scary about that is there's all these people and they're all in on it. And you run into it on accident and you're like stuck there. This one, like Leatherface, they capture him. He escapes from like a transportation vehicle, kills everyone brutally, and then goes on the hunt and starts killing people like he's like a Michael Myers. Like they literally made him Michael Myers, and he's like this solo killer slasher out to like kill everyone in the town. And it's like they got rid of everything that's scary and cool and makes Leatherface and Texas Chainsaw Massacre as a franchise special, and they just literally just followed Halloween 2018 as a rubric and made that movie, but with Leatherface as Michael Myers. And he's so not Michael Myers. They're so different to me. Like, he's literally like, it's all like, I know that Michael Myers got turned into a family thing, but even then he's still one person out to kind of like kill his family and all these people in the Haddonfield, whatever. Whereas Leatherface is pretty much directed by his like family to do all this stuff.
Right.
Like if he was just left in a field somewhere and just grew up like in an orphanage, he wouldn't have turned out to be like a killer, I don't think. It's because he's like the little dog of the family that they make him do all this, horrible stuff. So like that's the main stuff that I'll just say, like that's the obvious thing that I hated about it. But from there, I mean, all the characters were bad. I felt like it was, and like you touched it a little bit about like the whole school shooting thing, and then all the guns and
the cancel culture.
The cancel culture. The movie, and I don't want to get political or anything, but it was very like just pro gun, like this is what you do, like this is what happens when you fuck with our shit, and like all like it was just like, I don't know. I thought the movie was in bad taste, and I thought it was a bad movie. And I don't want to get all political. I do like guns and all that. I'm not anti-gun or anything. But the movie went. It was like the movie was just really annoyed with modern times, and I can understand that too. I can understand being annoyed with cancel culture and all this stuff. But it was like they were making this movie that was specifically like. In a lot of ways trying to say stuff about, like modern stuff. Like they come and they kick her out of her house that she rightfully had, and they got rid of her Confederate flag. It didn't seem like a good movie. I don't know. It's just like, what are you saying? I don't know. It just
threw a bunch of stuff together.
Yeah, it was like what's popular right now and throw it in there. Yeah. And it's like that's the other thing too, is I don't even know if they weren't saying this or that. They were just like, hey, this is what's popular right now. Let's just throw it into a movie and see what happens. And it just was, everyone was phoning it in. Like again, like what you said with the actors and the characters, like everyone who showed up it was just a cash grab, where they were just like, let's just put these characters in there.
The guy that's in the town. The mechanic, yeah. At first, I was thinking, okay, so because I'm thinking that it's Sawyer family.
I thought he was going to be related.
Right,
he should have been.
I thought he was going to be related or something, and then he just turned out to be just
a mechanic,
white superhero
but how did
with a gun.
I mean, but like he was in the town the entire time too. Like that's
another thing
that didn't make sense.
And you took their keys away. It was just as stupid.
So weird.
It was stupid. It was just a bad movie.
It is a bad movie.
Like I don't know. Well, I mean, I can't really say it's a cash grab because it's on Netflix. So I mean, granted, people are going to watch it. They're going to do a second one, regardless. But I could see now why it went to Netflix. Because Legendary knew right away it was a horrible movie. It wasn't going to make money at the box office. You had Amazon turn it down. You had Shudder turn it down. Netflix will pretty much take anything.
South Park.
Except they'll cancel the shows that people actually watch.
Right.
But
but have you seen that South Park episode though, where it's like Netflix and they answer the phone, they're like Netflix or greenlit, what's your project called?
So, but it kind of goes to like that saying like, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. At that point, I'm like, no, screw that, I'm mad. Why'd you make this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's
and I think I brought it up because I was excited when they at first talked about it because it was from the people that did the Evil Dead remake, and then they did Don't Breathe. I'm like, okay, so this has a fair shot
I
of
like
being
those
good.
movies, yeah.
But then I think it kind of became that like Jordan Peele issue to where no one told him no. Legendary, she's like, here's your money, go make your movie.
Which
Yeah.
could be a good thing if you get creative people and they have a good story, but there was no good
There was
story.
no story.
There was no good script. It was just like Leatherface has to be in it, and you have to, and Sally has to be in
Yeah.
it.
And
it
I
was
thi-
like that's what they
Yeah.
told them, and they're like, go make a movie, and then they're like, yeah.
Yeah, and I think like the whole after credits scene was their way of like, oh, well, if you got a sequel, you got to do this.
I didn't even watch that.
So,
far.
so there is an after credits scene, and literally it's just Leatherface walking down the dirt road to the original house,
Okay, maybe I didn't see that either.
and that's like literally it. So that was like their way of, oh, hey, we could do this if we get a sequel. I'm like, well, I don't want to see that.
Yeah. No, I'm done. I just stop.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like I literally feel like that is probably what it was. It was like you have to have Leatherface in it. It has to be in Texas. He has to use a chainsaw, and Sally has to be in it.
Right.
Yeah.
And
now
you need
it's
to make
Texas
Sally
Chainsaw.
a tough gun-toting Laurie Strode 2018 chick. And they're like, okay. And I guess,
I don't mean like Lori being like that.
oh, I know, yeah. I do. But you
I
don't.
know. I don't.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just, and what's it called? Is it just called Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah.
It's like they're not even hiding the
No.
fact that they're just like, oh, 2018 made a lot of money, so we're just.
I mean, that's kind of like the
and Scream
deal.
did it too, but
Yeah.
like, and a lot of people are doing it and whatever. But like, this was the worst example of like.
This is a film showing you what not to do.
Yeah. Oh, and I mentioned earlier too, like off the podcast about how. So Halloween Kills, everyone was like mad that they turned Myers into Jason, and Jason's just doing all these brutal kills. And then this movie is literally the combination of both of those. It's like they made Michael Myers, they took the plot of 2018 and made Leatherface Michael Myers, but then they gave him all these brutal Jason kills. Mm-hmm. And it's like, so they're just grabbing all these ingredients and just throwing them in there and then being like,
And
we have a
calling it
movie.
this. Yeah.
And it's like, not really.
Yeah.
But again, I do think the mask is pretty cool. Like, I'm a mask nerd, so that's obviously what I'm going to look at. And I
I'm good
really
with
like
what
the
he looks
ear
like
thing.
now.
I've seen people already making like their own to where they're taking the 78 Myers mask and they're just cutting out the eyes and the mouth.
Oh,
Is
really?
that what people are doing?
Yeah, and
didn't
then
see
they're
that.
putting the black mesh screens
Oh, yeah.
to cover the holes.
I haven't seen that one. I've seen some people, like, sculpting their own. And I know Ruby's, Ruby's has the license for it, so they're going to be making it. Can't wait to see what that looks like. But I think the idea of it's cool, though. Like if you made, like, a good, like, high quality sculpted version, and even that's one that I would think would be really cool in silicone, because that we were talking about with Chris and Justin that one time with the silicone masks, they just kind of like fall. 'Cause they're- yeah, and like
And that's what his face looks
yeah,
like.
Yeah.
So you could literally make it, and it would just strap on your ears. You wouldn't need a strap or anything. Like just hook it around the ears like they do in the movie, and have it be silicone and all translucent and bloody. It'd be a pretty cool mask.
Yeah. And it's weird, like with this design, it's just one face.
Yeah.
Like
But
we've
you do
always
the makeup scene though. It's pretty
like
cool.
like we've seen him with like making his masks like bunch of different pieces together. This one was just
Right.
the orphanage
Yeah.
carries
Yeah.
one
Just
face.
cut it off
Yeah.
and threw it on, and that's all he had. Then there's like the scene where he's like doing his makeup. But I thought it was fun that they put that in. Like I tried to pick out a few positive things. Like I'd probably give the movie a 3 out of 10, and like I think the mask is cool.
I said 5 just to be nice.
That is really nice.
Wow.
I know.
That's really nice.
That's
of you.
half a movie.
I know.
Yeah, I gave it a 2.
Yeah.
Like
I was being nice.
and I mean, yeah, the gore and kills, that's probably the best thing you're going to get out of this movie.
Yeah.
But
But to me, the gore. I mean, again, I talk about that a lot. Gore isn't my thing, but like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the first one, that movie's terrifying, and there's not that much blood.
there's not that
There's
much
not that
blood.
much. You don't see very much. It's what you don't see. It's like when you. People talk about it all the time, but like when that dude gets put on the hook, you don't see the hook
don't
go
see
in,
anything.
but you feel it go
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
And your
Same-
brain fills in the gaps,
Yeah.
and it's way worse.
same with the girl. And then
yeah,
seeing the boyfriend get whacked with the mallet and then the chainsaw revving
yeah,
as he's cutting in. Which,
yeah. And then even in like part 3, where there's, and last week we talked about all those movies, and you didn't get a chance to talk about it, but so I guess it's a time to talk about what you liked about those movies too, if you want. But like, again, we were talking about how nasty it is when he gets like the hooks in his Achilles tendons and like hung up and all that.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
then
You don't
they
see that physically happen,
No.
but you know where it's going
Right.
and what's happening, and that's disgusting.
and then
you know?
the cutaway with the sledgehammer,
Yeah.
just dropping on him.
Yeah, exactly. So like, gore isn't what makes a horror movie good or scary. It makes it.
No.
It can. If you think that
it
stuff's
can-
cool, it can make it cool.
It can elevate it,
Yeah, it
but
can-
you
it
need to
can
have the
enhance it.
story down first.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
Like
but
with
it can-
Saw, of course it works.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's what that's supposed to be about, you know.
Yeah, or Hostel or
Yeah,
whatever.
Hostel, it
Again,
works.
I don't like those movies, but that's kind of it works for that because it's just that's almost the plot is like
Right.
torture.
Yeah.
But if that's not supposed to be the plot, it doesn't really work. But again, it's like making it gorier doesn't make it scarier.
No.
To me, it makes it gross but less scary because when you only show a little bit, my brain makes it way worse than if you were to like do it and show me. Like, well, if you show me, then I know what the monster is. I know what it is. But if you don't show me, then it's really scary. It's
Right.
like Alien. You know, like
You have to use
Alien's
your
terrifying.
imagination.
It's almost
Yeah.
less scary when you finally see him and he's just a guy in a bodysuit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, okay. Well, now I can understand that.
Well, that's kind of the thing. The audience wants like all the eye candy now, like in the way of gore and everything.
Yeah.
like they want to see it. So
Right? Yeah.
I don't see many films going back to the
It doesn't make
less
me
is more.
scared though.
Yeah.
I just think it's cool.
Yeah,
Like my favorite, one of my favorite movies, The Changeling. That movie scares the crap out of me. And there's no blood. There's nothing in there. It's about
It's a ghost story.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
ghost
Yeah.
story. But when they do the seance scene and some other scenes in there, it's freaking like it gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
And there's no blood or anything in that movie.
Tourist Trap. Is there a single drop of blood in that movie?
Is there?
Like,
I don't think there is.
I don't think
I don't
so.
know if there's a single drop of blood in that movie, and that movie is terrifying.
Yeah.
That movie is scary, and there's no gore whatsoever. Like, so
See?
it doesn't mean you like if you're gonna have it like again, and it will also go back to Texas Chainsaw Massacre with the wrist break and the in the throat. That is disgusting and it's scary and it's like, oh man, that's really intense, and it's early enough in the movie where I was like, oh shit. Even though I was annoyed at like, oh, okay, they've captured Leatherface and he's gonna escape from. It's like, dude, come on, man, Michael Myers, like,
Yeah.
But if it had more story around it and it worked out, that stuff can enhance it, like you're saying. Like yeah, like it looked real, it looked legit, it looked disgusting. And if it's in the middle of something, cool and scary and mysterious, then it works. But
Yeah,
you don't need it to be scary.
So probably like the best way, even just using that, like not using the wrist, like with the boyfriend who's the first, I guess, victim in the town. Like you see Leatherface like hit him with the hatchet, and you're thinking, oh man, he like got hit in the neck or something, because he just starts bleeding out profusely. But then like he gets up and walks into town, you just see like this giant gash.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
his face from it to where his jaw is pretty much like hanging off.
Yeah, that was
Right.
pretty gross. And again, and that even though it's not what I watch movies for, like that is what the movie did well was the nasty stuff.
Yeah, like the practical effects
Mm-hmm.
were amazing.
Yeah.
The CGI ones, not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's almost every movie.
Yeah.
There's like, there's few movies where the CGI is like really cool, but it can work. Like it's an awesome tool that can be used. Like
Yeah.
I'm not a purist in any way, but if it looks bad and you have it next to good looking practical stuff, then it looks
It's bad.
really bad.
Yeah.
You know.
And then it doesn't work.
Yeah. But
Well, let's talk about Funhouse.
hey,
One that was actually fun.
yes, I love the Funhouse.
Yeah.
In the last month, I've probably seen it like 3 times or 3 or 4. So I watched it like once while I was sculpting, and then I watched it as soon as I got my new TV, and then some friends came over, and then we watched it, and then I just watched it again last night. I could watch that movie weekly at least. I love that movie.
It's a fun movie.
What was it?
Literally.
81,
Yep.
I believe is when it came out. 81.
Yeah.
Another Toby Hooper movie.
Yep.
And it's a standalone movie.
Yes.
There's no sequels. There's no prequels. There's no whatever you want to
There-
call them.
so there's
it's
a-
just the Funhouse,
There is a semi-loose remake of it,
which
What's
is
that?
which is The Dark Ride.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen that.
So
That's a good
that I
movie,
guess that
but
was technically a remake of it, but even though they like took in like did their own thing with it.
I haven't seen it, but was it just close enough to where they were like, all right, we have to buy the rights to be allowed to make this movie?
No, so
No.
that's the thing. Like, it doesn't really mention the Funhouse like whatsoever. So,
Right.
like, they're like, hey, this is you can remake it, but you gotta do your own thing with it.
Right.
And then they're like, well, it's enough of its own to where we don't even need to make it as
Right.
the Funhouse.
right.
Right.
So, and
But
I think
there's
I
certain
like that
things
more.
like there's
oh,
this
there's a
weird,
lot of
Similarities.
Thank you. But it's same thing. It's a group of people stay overnight at the Funhouse, trying to escape while people are going after them, trying to kill them.
It's such a good idea. It's
Yeah.
just
It is a good idea.
'cause
I
you
would
just
love
take
to
this-
stay at a
and
Funhouse
anything
overnight.
with-
Yeah, I know, right?
I think we said this. Anything with a carnival is great.
Yeah, I love
usually.
carnival stuff. Me too.
Yeah. The set design is so cool for that movie, and I love all the masks.
The
and
masks
stuff,
are great.
obviously.
Yes.
Like even the first scene where there's like that Halloween / Psycho, like reference where the little kid in the clown costume
Yeah.
goes and kills
Yeah.
tricks his sister.
Yeah.
in
Stuff
the
that's in his
beginning.
bedroom.
Yeah, but all the stuff in his bedroom, like I want that Glenn Strange Frankenstein poster so
I bet you
bad
do.
with the lightning bolts.
Yes.
Like,
It's a great poster.
if anyone can find that poster, this is the first time I'll drop it. moth@nightmaretoys.com. Send me a link to where I can buy that poster. And the Wolfman one too. Like they're all really cool.
They're all really nice.
And I love when it goes up to that dummy and he winks and it's like so creepy, and then it goes down and he's just playing with it, There's a bunch of cool Savage Eye masks in that room. And that is the mask that Gunther's wearing. The Frankenstein mask is a Savage Eye mask, which is super, super rare. And what's really cool about it, though, is they customized it for the movie to make it look all distorted, like he's wearing it, under there. And again, we've said it too.
I was wondering because it's shaped a little weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
So that mask, it doesn't look like that at all. It's very narrow Frankenstein, just typical Frankenstein mask, but they kind of gave it this nasty rot and a repaint, and then they distorted the crap out of it. He's definitely not wearing the other mask under that, obviously, but they must have put some foam bits or something like that on the sides to distort it out that. And then they added the stitching in the back of it. It's a really cool mask. I really, really want Tots to make that mask because
That would be cool.
yeah, and I know that Justin wants to. There's a lot of loopholes for something like that because there's the Universal Monster license, there's the Funhouse license, there's the Savage Eye license. There's a lot of weird things to make that mask happen, but that would be a dream come true because that's one of the rarest masks ever. That company was only around for a little bit of time. It was one dude making those masks, and they were sold in catalogs and stuff like that. But they were expensive, and so
Right.
there's just barely any of those. And the ones that exist are rotted. And then no one has ever. A lot of people have gone and they've sculpted their own Funhouse Savage Eye Frankenstein mask. And there's some decent ones, but none of them are right. None of them are perfect. And obviously, Justin would make a perfect version. So I really want that to happen.
That'd be cool.
I would just love for them to make the Gunther masks again.
I think they are. I think they're going to.
Give me that with the hands, how they did for the last creature.
Yeah, Gunther hands would be cool. That's another fun thing
So,
we were talking about earlier, where there's no way those hands would fit in those gloves. That he's wearing.
the gloves would have been ripping off.
Yeah, when later on when you see Gunther's real hands, he's obviously wearing gloves in the movie, and those gloves are bigger than the Frankenstein gloves that he's wearing in the beginning. But who cares?
Yeah.
And then
his head wouldn't fit in that mask.
We were talking about as the movie progresses and the more rageful he gets, the veins in his hands just start bulging out.
Yeah, and
I
all that
think
drool.
All the drool in there, just the practical makeup effects on it.
Yeah, it's
was
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah, so the Gunther mask was sculpted by Rick Baker.
I just thought
the
of something.
nasty noses and stuff.
So Toby, does Toby Hooper have a thing? I don't know why I'm just now thinking of this, but does Toby Hooper have a thing for making men, his main character kind of slow and kind of childlike? Because he's kind of like that, kind of like how Leatherface kind of was.
Oh yeah,
kind of,
definitely.
I
think there's a lot of similar, and he's being controlled by again, it's
Other
not a
people.
big family, but it's his dad or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he's the bad guy, but that's just an awesome trope for for monsters in general is to make them sympathetic. Because even as nasty as Leatherface is and as nasty as Gunther is, Gunther even more so because he's a freak, is very sympathetic, even though he's killing people.
Both of them had childlike aspects.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just never really thought about that until right now as we're talking about both.
Yeah, it's a good trope. Tropey Hooper. Yeah. That was bad. But I do, and like again, the characters. I like the characters in the Funhouse. I like the little kid who like follows them and is trying to get him, but not really. He's almost a little bit of a pointless character, but I like it.
It's his sister he's following.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because she said that she wasn't going to take him over the wing, so he snuck out.
Okay, so that's another question I have.
He knows that something's gone. Something's wrong. He knows that they haven't gotten out.
Have you thought about this? Okay, so is she supposed to be in high school?
That's what. Like, I was trying to figure out
because I'm always thinking that they're supposed to be in high school. She's supposed to be in high school, and then here we are seeing a shower scene.
Yeah, well,
and then the younger brother comes in. Yeah. I mean, it's like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, later on, they're making out. And
right.
I thought that was funny too, where like they're in the bathroom and she's like all talking about how she's like, oh, are you saving? He's like, who says I'm saving it? And like she's like obviously just like the prude one of the two or whatever. But then later on, her boobs are all out.
I know, and she's all going for it.
Yeah, and like more so than the other one. It's like rock and roll.
It's funny, like movies back then have those innuendos in them, and or just like that, and you just can't get away with stuff like that now. But
I think that she's probably in high school. I mean, they're obviously all
18.
older than that. Like, yeah, like I mean, like the dudes are in their 20s. Obviously, I'm sure that the girls are in their 20s too. It's actors,
yeah, in real life. But I'm just talking about the character she's portraying. I mean,
I guess, and they said something about he works in like a fill-up station, so maybe he's like 19, 20, like out of high school, not going to college. He's just like,
that's what I was thinking.
Because and then they brought like what it was like 9 o'clock or something, and she's just going out, and the parents are like, "Well, don't be out too late."
Yeah. Like don't go to the carnival.
Yeah, don't go to the carnival because they've heard stories and.
But I like the little brother like following and like he sees them go in, not come out. He knows that they're still in there, and then he gets caught by the the carnies, and that's just real quick the scene with the dude who like calls me. He's like you don't know what it take to get your phone number, and like he thinks he's this like good guy. It's like like at first you thought he got trapped, and then it's like oh no, he calls the parents to come and get him, but then he's still pretty creepy. Like he never takes his eyes off of him. Like he stares at him all, and he's like cleaning his face with the rag, and the mom is drunk as hell. So the mom's like she's just super drunk, and he just will not take his eyes on him. And that scene goes on longer than it needs to, but not really. Like it should go that long. Like it's creepy because of how long just that little interaction is. And then it's like he doesn't want to tell on her because he's remembering earlier where she's already mad at him. So he like makes that decision not to be like, hey, they're still in that fun house. He's like, no, I'm just not going to tell. And then, it's the demise of all the kids.
Yeah.
But I like that actor. I'm not sure what his name is, but the actor that plays the announcer at all the different little spots because he's playing different characters. I love that. I love all the characters. I love that.
Yeah, I love that. I'm glad you mentioned that too. That's one of my favorite parts of the movie is that one dude plays all three callers, and he always like he's like in the middle of it, and then he goes and he singles her out and just like stares her down. Yeah,
and the way he talks, he just gets real monotone. I don't know. He's creepy.
Yeah,
I like him.
Creepy.
I want him at all carnivals.
Come see these girls.
Yeah.
Don't show off too much.
Yeah. All alive. Like, I love that. That actor's awesome, and it's such a cool idea to play all three callers.
Yeah.
And I listened to the podcast, the commentary at one point, and I don't remember for sure, but I think that it was that actor's idea to do that.
Oh, okay.
Like it wasn't written like that necessarily. It was just there were three callers, and I don't know if it was Tobe Hooper's idea or the actor's idea, but I think it was the actor's idea. He wanted to play all three, and he was like, "Yeah, that's a great idea." And like, if you know that already, then you can tell it's obviously all three of them. But I think the first time you watch it, if you don't know that already, you don't necessarily
you don't catch on to it. Mm-hmm.
But I just love that in movies in general when an actor plays multiple characters. This is just like one of my favorite things. Like Peter Sellers, and he plays like three characters in draw a blank now, but Dr. Strangelove.
Oh,
And he
okay.
plays like two characters in Lolita. And then Jack Nicholson in Mars Attacks. He plays the president. I just love
the
that.
cowboy.
Yeah, and the cowboy guy. I think that's so fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, even in shows that they'll do it, like Deadwood, that Garrett Dillahunt guy, I think his name is. He's one character that dies in the first season, and then he just comes back as a different character, just completely different, and it just works. Like I just think that that's fun.
Yeah, I do too. It works.
Yeah.
I love Funhouse. It's
Yeah.
a great movie.
Funhouse.
It is a
Do
great movie.
not remake it.
Yeah, don't.
Just leave it alone.
I think they tried to, and because of the licensing, like it just fell apart.
Yeah.
Because I know it was like one of the ones that Eli Roth was trying to remake.
Oh God.
Like,
Really?
yeah, like
So glad that didn't happen.
Like,
that is
I
the worst. If you were like pick the worst director ever to remake the Funhouse,
Because-
I'd be like Eli Roth.
because it was like some it was that and Motel Hell, and the licensing, like it was all tied up with MGM or something, and then MGM got sold, so all of it like went away.
Neither one needs to be remade. Just leave them
Yeah.
alone
Yeah.
by anybody.
Well, you know what's funny? Motel Hell has like a similar ending to Funhouse, doesn't it? In that weird. I mean, I've never seen Motel Hell. I've only seen it here at work. But like that weird factory with the hooks. By the way, what is that? Where are they?
That's a conveyor.
In the Funhouse.
That's like underneath. So it's underneath the track. So the
Is that what's pulling it?
Yeah,
Where are
that's
the
what's
hooks
pulling.
Why are all
The
these
cart.
hooks?
The hooks are for like weights or something. Like you attach weights to the hooks, so it kind of like slows it down at certain spots.
None of them had weights though.
Well, no, because the funhouse was closed.
All
But I
right.
mean, I think it kind of like had they decided to do a sequel, like you just kind of see Gunther just stuck there in the gears. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they could have just made it so he survived somehow.
Yeah, he's just like
He's just there.
just cut in half, he's just crawling everywhere. No, yeah, I think that scene is cool, but it's just funny. I was just like, what is this? Like, where are they right now?
because it's like the gears are like controlling all the animatronics and everything.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And animatronics are really cool.
That's so fun.
It
like that
is.
giant
Yeah.
eyeball.
The eyeball's really cool. Opens up, and I like the fat lady that's laughing at
yeah,
outside up front.
Yeah.
She's cool. I don't know. The whole thing is just really neat.
Yeah. The opening credit sequence with all those different animatronics. Like,
Yeah.
That's awesome. Like, that yellow font is so cool, too. But, like, all those different, like, animatronics and just, like, weird, like, dolls and stuff. And then the last one is on the door of the kid's bedroom.
Oh,
and then
okay.
It goes in.
Yeah.
Like, I love stuff like that where it's like this and then it, like, pulls out and you're looking at something. Like, this all practical stuff, you know?
I love it.
But yeah. So I know this movie is what helped Hooper get Poltergeist.
Oh yeah.
Because I guess, I don't know if it's true or not, but like reading stuff while watching it last night, I guess Spielberg had asked him to do E.T.
Mm-hmm.
Because Spielberg didn't want to do E.T. because he was getting ready to do the Indiana Jones.
It was going to be a scary movie originally,
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
so that makes sense.
And Hooper's like, well, I can't because he was already in the middle of the Funhouse, and
And then he got Poltergeist.
then like later, I think he had done Salem's Lot before Poltergeist.
Oh okay.
I think, because it was a TV movie, but it was Funhouse, and then obviously Texas Chainsaw that like Spielberg like remembered. Oh yeah, no, come do Poltergeist
Yeah.
because they wanted Poltergeist to be scary.
I like Poltergeist.
Yeah, I like Poltergeist, too. I like Poltergeist 2, the second
Me
one,
too.
a lot.
Me too.
The effects in
I
that
like
are
the
really
creepy,
cool.
the creepy old guy.
Third one wasn't terrible.
I haven't seen the third one.
Yeah, I like all three.
Yeah. You know what? You know what would be one of the coolest movie props to own?
Gunther's
Is-
head.
Well, Gunther's head, which I think Sean Clark has, and he has his teeth and the hands too.
Does he really?
He's got it all.
Yeah.
Oh.
Except for the
Sean-
Savage Eye Man.
Yeah, Sean has a lot of stuff.
That's the coolest thing in his collection, in my opinion. He
Well,
has
no,
one
I
of
think
the three
clown
heads.
is his best item. He has one of the Poltergeist clowns.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a matter of opinion.
Mm.
You said no. Can't say I'm wrong.
I wouldn't mind having a Poltergeist clown.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But he's got the teeth, he's got the head, he's got the hands. It's really cool. But no, but the little baby fetus version, the aborted version.
Which I wonder, was that supposed to be like a brother? And
yeah, he says he's like a little brother in there. And I guess he died at birth, or they killed him at birth, or something like that.
So maybe they were twins or something.
Put him on display. Yeah. Because that could be a cool weird
maybe,
sequel where like he's still alive in that fluid.
It would make more sense if they were like conjoined twins, and that's why they have like the splits on the head.
It could be.
Yeah. But yeah, that would be one of the coolest movie props to own. Would be that. I wonder where that is. But that's another thing that maybe Tots or someone could make and put it in the canister, and you can fill it up with like fluid. And
well, we need them to get the license for it, and then we need Justin to sculpt a 12-inch Gunther.
Yes, that'd be very cool as well. Anything Funhouse would be awesome to have. Because there's like nothing.
I know.
Like there's like
nothing
the Trick or Treat.
There's not even a T-shirt. I need a T-shirt.
Yeah, it would be an awesome T-shirt. It's just like the Funhouse in like red, like that font, and then just his mouth.
And then
with the drool.
Yeah, with the drool.
Yeah.
Ooh, the Blu-ray. I don't know if you have the Shout Factory Blu-ray, but the disc is just
I have the DVD,
and that would be a freaking cool.
That would be cool. But someone do a Funhouse shirt.
Yeah, Funhouse shirt. We need Tots to remake the mask again, which I do think is happening. We need the gloves, and we need the Savage Eye Frankenstein mask. And
I agree.
And then a prop fetus.
12-inch figure.
And a 12-inch figure.
Or a 5-inch figure.
Any action figure.
Any action figure we could get.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah. So I'm glad that if we had only talked about Texas Chainsaw today, I'd be bummed because it's just like
this would be a very short episode.
Negative. I hated it. All right, we're done. So it's good that we had one planned that we already love.
Yeah, that we all already love. So, we had one negative, one positive. We're doing good.
Yeah, so, in balance.
I give Funhouse a 9.
Well, it's a solid 10 for me. What lost it a point?
It kind of slows down in certain spots. Like we talk about, like the kid just kind of rolling around like outside, like, am I gonna go in the house? Am I not gonna go? Like they could have just done away with that.
That entire thing is something that's not necessary to the plot. That whole thing could be gone. But I like that because I don't know what it's called. There's a specific word for this kind of trope where there's someone who you think is gonna save the day the whole time and then they don't. Red herring. Yeah.
I give it a 9 too.
What lost it a point?
You really want to know?
Y'all are disappointing me.
The live ladies, they need some new ones.
Well, that's kind of what's fun about it too, though. He's like, I could have got you one of the showgirls for $15. Like when he gives $100 to Madam whoever.
I'm just being funny, everybody. I'm just trying to be funny.
At least
you just want
hired.
I just need hotter chicks, though. Come on.
They hired the live dancers that were there at the time, though.
Yeah,
they were legit dancers there in Miami where they filmed it.
Do you think that shabby ass carnival would have like super hot chicks?
Hell no.
Though? It's realistic.
But the girls were decent at the carnival and Ghoulies too, though.
Well, it's Charles Band money.
They were decent.
Yeah, but Ghoulies 2 is silly and like over the top, and so it can be kind of fantasy. Whereas like the Funhouse, it's trying to take a pretty realistic, serious approach.
Yeah, I know.
Even though he's a monster, he's like a mutation. Like it could maybe happen in real life, if there was some insane mutation.
Yeah.
So other than the chicks needing to be hotter,
otherwise it's good.
It's a 10. All right. Well, that's fair.
Good. I just had to say that because every time that goes to that scene, I'm just like,
I think it's funny that not one of my favorite parts, just something that's funny about that whole scene is when they go to the back of the tent to look. I would have been so disappointed. The best part is there's like 10 pieces of tape where other people have done it in the past. Like that's awesome. Yeah. That's just a fun little like thing where it's like they were in no way the first people to have an idea. Let's go just cut a hole in the back. It's like every night they have to go and tape over this cuts that people have made, and then they run into the one guy who's like jacking off. I think in the corner.
And it makes her drop the cotton candy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a really good movie. Like I don't have anything bad to say about it.
It's one of Tobe Hooper's hidden gems. I wish a lot more people talked about this movie.
It's an 80s hidden gem. I think.
It's
as
just
far
a
as
hidden
80s
gem.
horror movies.
It's a movie that people don't talk about.
People don't talk about it. That's why I always wanted to talk about it.
Yeah,
like
it's my favorite.
People don't talk about.
My favorite Tobe Hooper movie. I like it more than Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Right.
Sorry.
Well,
I love it though. I love both of them.
There you go. All right. So we can talk about cult classic for a minute, I guess.
Yeah, cult
Yeah.
classic. We got this Ghostface too. We didn't bring the mummy figure to talk about?
No,
No.
because
I think I showed it last
yeah,
week.
Christy, I think
okay.
did a live on it. I think.
Oh, okay.
Or
Cool.
showed off tremendously.
But we're gonna have these little Ghostface plushies.
Yes, the
At the convention.
these are like selling out so fast.
Yeah, everybody loves plushies.
Like we had ordered 200 of them. We're already halfway through.
Oh, I'm sure.
So
Yeah, this is.
Everybody's been posting when
Yeah.
they've gotten theirs in, and
yeah, it's a
it's
cute
like the
little
hottest little thing
guy
right
and-
now.
I like the robe a lot.
Yeah.
This is like kind of like.
I wish the hook
tattered.
wasn't in the robe though. That's driving me crazy. Like
This?
hanging
Yeah, but you
it.
can cut it off.
Yeah.
That's what I did when I got home. I just cut it off.
Yeah.
Well,
You
I mean,
should just be happy
ju-
that there's a hook
Well,
so
yes.
that we can display
So
them
we can
and not
display
put them
it,
on
yeah.
a freaking
I would have
shelf.
put it through like the mask, like the very top of the mask here,
Yeah, I guess.
because I'm just worried some kid's going to yank on it and it's just going to rip
And
the
then
hood.
rip it off.
they're
Well, I
gonna-
thought that too when I seen
Yeah.
them, and I
Well,
was
I guess
like,
that
well,
does kind of hold the weight on
Yeah.
it a bit, huh? But yeah, and the hood's like sewn. It's got a little tack
Yeah.
right there. But yeah, I like that you can kind of take it on and off like it is a hood.
Yeah.
They didn't really have to do that, and this little thing comes out of it.
But
Yeah, it's cute.
It's an adorable little plushie.
little plush, and we'll have
Which
them.
kind of reminds me of like a Shy Guy from Mario Brothers.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, funny.
But yeah, we do still have them in the store.
And on the
The-
website,
On the website, we will have them with us at Cult Classic.
which if you're watching this right now, is
Right
probably
now.
happening right now.
Also,
You're on your phone at Cult Classic.
we're going to try an experiment. So we have the Texas Chainsaw poster from Spook House Studios.
Yeah.
We are going to bring 10 of them with us because we thought, oh, it's just a generic Leatherface poster. It doesn't like have the numbers or whatever. So we thought it'd be a cool piece to have to get signed by everyone.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
if
poster.
you're into that. So we're going to bring 10 of those with us, and they're $30. So
We'll have poster tubes too.
Yeah,
yeah,
we
we will have
tubes.
poster tubes.
And we've got some little plastic sleeves for pictures. They're
For
not
the 8x10s.
necessary. Yeah, they're not necessarily exactly the ones we wanted to get because they're a little flimsy. We wanted to get ones that were, but they'll work. It's something to at least protect your picture. So we'll have those for sale. Or if you buy one of my 8x10s, I'll just give you one.
There you go.
So there you go.
So we figure if these all sell out, like I'm hoping they will sell out, then we're going to bring the Scream ones with us to Texas Frightmare.
Yeah, that one's been a super popular poster here in the store. It's like Wes Craven's Nightmare in Woodsboro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like a
yes.
mashup with the cover of the original Nightmare on Elm Street, and then but it has like Neve Campbell and Ghostface. And it's really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Their posters are really pretty. They got good posters.
Yeah. Yeah, because they sell very good. So we figure, well, now's the kind of time to see if they'll work on conventions.
Right.
Because, I mean, other than like the giant theatrical posters, you don't really see people with normal posters.
Right.
Yeah, unless it's an artist and that's what they do. Like
Yeah.
there's some booths where they'd have a bunch of posters or prints or whatever, and it's like they do that. But so hopefully they'll do well.
Yeah.
Well, come see us in Austin, Texas at the Cult Classic Convention. We will all be there, all four of us.
I really hope Wild Bill's root beer is there. You
Oh,
think
the
they'll
root
let us
beer.
through TSA with our cups?
Yeah.
I'm bringing it. And then I know the one vendor we like is going to be there.
Oh, the shadow
the
box.
shadow
The
box.
shadow boxes. Mm-hmm.
So I'm finally going to get one.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get another one.
So
It's going to be a good time. I can't wait.
So, and then if you're not able to go to Cult Classic, but you are in town, our sister store, Big Bang Toys, has a signing with Ryan Hurst on Saturday. I think they said it was 4:30 to 6. I know
I'm
it
not
starts
sure.
at 4:30. It's a later signing than what we do here.
Oh, okay. I didn't pay
But I'm
attention
not
to
sure what time it ends, though.
And
Probably
that's
just-
Saturday. That's
probably
this
just get
Saturday.
one.
Yeah, it'd be
At
this.
Big Bang Toys. It's on Sahara. Their other store. So go check out Ryan Hurst and get an autograph and buy some stuff.
I swear, I'm never going to meet this dude.
I've met him once. I've met him at Scarefest.
Every time I'm at a convention that he's supposed to be at, he ends up canceling. And then here we are. He's here for one of our stores, and we're gone.
And we're going.
I'm convinced I'm just never going to meet him.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we don't mention Big Bang too often, but like legitimately, I love that store. I love going to Big Bang Toys like on my days off and stuff. She basically has like a small horror section and then everything else.
Yeah.
And I collect all kinds of stuff, so I go there a lot. And she like buys, sells, and trades like vintage toys and stuff too. Like here at Nightmare, we're pretty much only new products. But when you go into her store, it's like it reminds me of like a classic comic book shop. Like it's really densely packed, but it's just all toys. So it's just like all toys, but it has that like vibe of like a old school comic shop, and I like that store a lot. And she's got a website. I think it's bigbangtoyslv.com.
And Instagram. She's got another Instagram. I think it's Big Bang Toys LV2. Yeah, Instagram.
One got hacked.
Yeah. And she's got a YouTube channel. She does videos too, like we do. So.
And her name is Star. Keep saying she, but
yeah,
Star.
Star.
He really is a star.
She is. She's awesome. The end.
So,
What do we know what we're gonna watch next week yet?
Well, next week we are going to skip a week because we won't be back, and we won't even have time to watch anything.
Yeah, because we get back before they do.
Hell yeah, we're on a plane. I hope it goes faster than the car.
Yeah, because we won't be back until Tuesday, and so that means we won't have any time to watch anything to prepare for Wednesday when we normally do this. So I think we're going to skip a week, and then the following week I have already chosen movies. Before I say what movies I'm going to announce, no one ever talks about these movies, and it's an original and it's a remake. So we're going to do both.
The Blob?
No.
Damn it.
No. And I like both. I think it's a good example where they're both good, and that is The Hitcher.
All right.
Interesting.
Which I've seen neither of, so that's exciting.
Well, hopefully you'll like them.
Yeah.
I like both. They're both very good. It's more action.
Yeah, it's more thriller
kind of a thing than scary horror or anything.
I think I have seen the original a really long time ago.
Rucker Howell.
C. Thomas Howell.
No, the bad guy wasn't Rucker Hauer.
Oh, well, C. Thomas Howell's in.
Yeah, C. Thomas Howell is in
Pony Boy.
Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Is it Jennifer Jason Leigh?
Is the girl?
Yeah.
I know the remake Sean Bean was The Hitcher, and then the amazing.
It's a
Sophia
perfect example
Bush.
to me of a original and a remake both being really good. So.
All right, yeah, I'm excited to watch it. I think I've seen the original. I know the cover, like of the DVD. I've seen a bunch, and I think I've seen it, but I'm definitely gonna rewatch it either way.
I have both movies. If y'all don't, if y'all need to borrow them.
All right.
I don't think I have the original.
But y'all have plenty of time
to
watch them and find them and whatever. But
see if it's streaming anywhere.
No one ever talks about The Hitcher ever. So, and I think it was the anniversary of the original. I think it was yesterday or the day before was the anniversary of the original one. So that's what we're gonna do. The Hitcher.
Pretty soon is the 40th anniversary of Halloween 3.
Ooh.
It seems like every T-shirt company has like a drop for that. So I'm like, ooh, because it was in March, I think.
Ooh, in the NECA Toonie Terrors.
Yeah, Halloween 3 Toonie Terrors look awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I love the Toonie Terrors.
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff came out of that toy show for horror fans.
Yes, it did. A lot of cool stuff.
Well, one of them I kind of posted, and I just kind of like laughed because I wasn't surprised, but I'm not going to bring that up because we've already hit the head on that so many times.
Well, now you have
the Chucky Dolls out there.
Oh, the Chucky Dolls.
Because they're still not in production. Go figure.
Oh, I'm sure they'll be cool when they come out.
That's why everyone's asking us, but so when are you guys getting the NECA Chucky Dolls? But I don't know, but I guarantee we'll have like 3 different versions of Tots dolls before we get those.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But those Mezco, the designer series, the MDS 18-inch Roto plushes or whatever.
Oh my God, the Creep.
The Creep.
The Creep and
so cool.
And
the Living Dead doll.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Oh, they're doing a Living Dead doll?
They have a Living Dead doll for Nate with the head.
Oh, okay. See, I saw both, but I thought that they were both 18-inch roto plushes.
No,
Mm-mm.
So
No,
so
one's a
the
living
creep
dead
is
doll.
the 18-inch, and the other
And-
one's living dead doll.
yeah.
Oh, so cute.
with the little head and the
Yeah.
bladder.
I'm excited. And
Yeah,
then-
that'll be one of the few. I think right now I only have Velma and Elvira as living dead dolls, so I'll definitely have the Nate corpse.
Yeah, that's gonna be so
Yeah,
cool.
it's gonna be
I'm
awesome.
excited about that.
And then the American Werewolf Toonie Terror for us.
Mm-hmm.
Are those the only Toon Terrors they've announced?
Those were the only
I've
ones
seen.
that they shown.
Okay.
But it's I don't know if it's a 2-pack. It has the Kessler Wolf and Jack, like Zombie Jack. That's what they did, but I don't know if it's a 2-pack or if they're going to sell them individually.
I think it'll be the 2-pack like how they did Jaws.
It'll be a 2-pack, I'm
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
And then the Halloween 3 kids will be similar to how they did the Grady twins.
yeah.
Hopefully, yeah, most
Hopefully.
likely. Yeah. I mean, it'd be weird if they did them individually,
So,
but they'll probably be like $25 or something.
Yeah.
Most
And then-
Toonie Terrors are like 15.
and then we got our Michelangelo mummy figure, which looks awesome.
Yeah, that looks really cool. I love Universal Monsters and I love Ninja Turtles, but I kind of decided to just pass on those because I already have so many. And so I was like, I wasn't like, I like the Frankenstein one and like they're all kind of cool, but the Mummy I definitely have to get. But it works too because Michelangelo is my favorite. But I just love on the
Nice.
shell they have all the
all the graphics.
yeah, the hieroglyphs or whatever
Yeah.
they're called.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know a lot of words, you guys. But yeah, that was really cool. The snake.
The snake. Yeah, the snake's awesome.
Yeah.
I want it for the snake.
I want to buy that one.
And then they trying to think what else. They showed off the
They
thing.
showed,
dog.
Mummy
yeah.
accessories for the Ultimate Mummy.
Oh yeah, with the sarcophagus.
And Gremlins accessories.
So me and Dylan have a bet going on right now.
And I'm gonna win
Gentleman's
it.
bet. So
Okay.
he's saying because based on one of the pictures, even though the very first picture shows it, it's not going to include a gremlin in it.
It won't. Because if you keep scrolling, I mean, the bet is if the accessory pack comes with a gremlin, I have to buy it for Brian and obviously one for myself. If it doesn't come with a gremlin, which it won't, Brian is going to buy me the accessory pack.
Okay.
So it's on record now.
I don't think
And-
it comes with the Gremlin.
But
It
see,
doesn't.
the first picture shows it with the gremlin in the.
But if you continue to
the
scroll,
flash
which I
dance.
did for you before you made the bet, if you continue to
Yes.
scroll, the gremlin is grayed out. And it has the gym sweater and leg warmers, but the gremlin itself is grayed out. And it's called accessory pack. They're not going to give you a gremlin.
But there's no reason why they would give you gizmos.
Yeah, because people want the to scale gizmo. And the only way you can get one right now is the Santa Stripe, which is a Target exclusive and it's hard to find. So they give you 2 different to scale gizmos in like different poses, and he comes with the car. You'll see.
See, my theory was
You're gonna have to
because
buy me
you
an
could-
accessory
funny.
pack.
Well, my theory was because they also give you the bandit mask. So they give you like a little figure, gremlin figure that has the workout outfit, but you could take that off and put the bandit mask on it.
See, that would be cool if they did that. I would like it to have an extra gremlin in there because I can never have too many gremlins. But they're going to give you the bandit head and the gym 80s girl outfit. But there will not be a gremlin in that
See,
pack.
The
And
Jim
you will buy
80s
it from
girl
me.
outfit.
The flash dance.
I love that.
But see, I think they will because they wouldn't have shown the gremlin in the package from the first place.
Yeah, they would. They want to trick people like you into buying me an accessory pack.
Well, maybe they're just showing, hey, if you have the Gizmo or the Gremlin figure already, this is what it's going to look like with the stuff.
See, I thought it was going to come because it is confusing because the packaging, it's like it has a cutout for a gremlin and everything is what it looks like. 'Cause the plastic bit, the mold or whatever, it has a gremlin in it. But when you scroll all the way to the end and it shows you everything, because that's how NECA does their stuff, where at the end it'll have like a white background with everything that comes with it all together, pieced out. And that one specifically, it has a grayed out gremlin with the Flashdance girl outfit on top of it, saying it's going to come with that, but it's not going to come with the gremlin. And you're going to have to buy it for me because you shook on it.
I think
And it's
you're
on
gonna-
record.
I think you're going to buy it for me.
All right. We will reconvene in 2 years when it comes out.
Whenever it comes out.
Well, Nightmare Toys will be buying a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, either way we'll
Either
have
your
it.
We'll
way
be
we'll
buying
have 'em.
all of this stuff, but again, we will not be doing pre-orders on any of it.
Yeah, no more pre-orders.
Just gonna have to wait to buy it from us if you want to wait.
Yeah, but
whenever
we
we
are,
have it in.
we are going to figure out a way, because we're getting like a whole new website designed for us and everything. It's going to be all custom to where we can do basically whatever we want. And so it'll be to the point where you can join the wait list. And so right now we have it set up to where if something's out of stock, it'll say out of stock, but you can join the wait list. And you put in your email address, and as soon as we get it in stock, it sends you an email. But why I don't like that is because it says out of stock, even though we're getting 200. You know, so like right now, that's what we do with the NECA stuff is it says out of stock, you can join the wait list, and then whenever we get the 200 shipped to us, then all of a sudden they're in stock and you get the email. But it's confusing. I think people will not buy from us and go somewhere else because they think that we're not going to get any because we sold out. So with the new website, it'll just have a wait list. And so you don't put any money down. You just say, I want this figure when you have it in stock. And as soon as we get our very first shipment of them, you'll get an email with a link to where you can buy it and everything. And so hopefully that'll happen soon. Because that's just how we want to do pre-orders for NECA and almost in general. Like we stopped doing pre-orders for Funko a long time ago. I think if we do this waitlist thing,
Funko pre-orders.
Oh, really?
No, I never did Funko pre-orders ever.
Yeah,
because that one is too hard because of the dates. You don't know when they're.
Yeah.
But even hopefully with stuff starting to clear up, the supply chain will get back to where it needs to be, and we'll be able to get stuff quicker. But it's not just NECA lately. Like even with Trick or Treat Studios, a lot of stuff kept getting pushed, and it's out of everyone's control. If stuff's sitting on a boat or whatever, there's nothing you can do.
It's with a lot of things.
Yeah, so
it's why we don't even have our cafe open.
Right? Yeah, exactly. There's stuff like every day we get 400 people asking when the cafe's gonna open. It's like I don't know. It's ready to go if we get these few things to just put in place, but. So it's something that's affecting everyone and all companies. So I think that the wait list in general is a good way to go. Because then if, a year down the road, you pre-ordered something a year ago and then you find it at Target or whatever, because we've talked about it, Target gets their stuff shipped directly. Well, not Target actually, but Walmart will get their shit shipped directly from China. And then so you see it and you buy it and then you want to cancel the pre-order with us, which is fine. It's understandable. We'll cancel it and then we refund you. But we got that money a year ago. So we've taken that money and we've bought other toys, So it really is bad for us when that happens. When there's a bunch of people that want to refund stuff, we always do it. But it's hard for us to then buy new product if we don't have any money coming in. So instead of you putting your money in limbo, just say, I want this product, and then whenever we get it, you can pay for it, and we'll ship it to you, and then we'll have that money to buy other stuff. It's just the supply chain thing is messing everyone up.
Yeah,
so people get frustrated about us not having stuff in stock and us holding their money and all that stuff, and I totally get it. But it's equally, if not more, annoying for us. Because it really hurts the business when stuff like that happens, because we don't have any money to buy new product, basically, if we don't have anything coming in, because we can't get new product. It's just every business is dealing with it, and when you're a small business, it can be really frustrating. Yeah.
Yep.
But we're working on it. Yeah.
That's it, I think.
Yeah. I think so.
Right.
Been talking for a while, I think.
Yep.
Bye.
All right. Well,
Deuces.
We are out, guys. Hope to see you at the Cult Classic Convention. And next, we're going to talk about The Hitcher.
The Hitcher.
Yeah.
Did not trust us. Do one by ourselves.
What? All right. Bye.
Bye.